What's up, everybody? I'm Luca from Pokemon TCGA Austria, and this time we have another interview with another national champion, this time with Gawein Wagner, who won Netherlands Nationals. Hello, Gawein.
Hello, Luca.
So, congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
I think it's a very precious title because there's a rumor that nationals are going to be not going to be held anymore next season. So I think that you could call yourself the national champion forever in the Netherlands, right? Isn't that an amazing feeling?
That would be really awesome, and no one can take it away from me then.
Exactly. All right, so let's talk about your deck choice and your deck list. You played Metal. You played Genesect X of the new set Fates Collide in combination with Bronzong.
Yes, Metal Links.
Exactly. Why did you choose exactly this deck?
This is a format that is mostly based on luck in your matchups and quite difficult to actually put a lot of skill in your deck. And this is one of the few decks that you really have to think hard of every single choice you make, and it's completely consistent.
That's correct, yeah. So Simone Zucchelli, he played this deck at Italian Nationals. Italian Nationals was, I think, the second Nationals with Fates Collide Legal. Before that was Denmark. And it was like quite a big surprise because nobody really expected this metal deck to be good. And then I think there were two metal decks in top 8, right? Just one, right? Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot that. and he managed to get second place, losing in the finals to Trevenant Break. So I think he was like you saw it and you thought, that deck is cool. I want to play that deck. Or
no.
What was it like? You tested it before.
I had a lot of deck ideas which I already built, and I'm mostly busy with theories instead of actually playing besides tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And in my deck I had a few different cards, and Simone is a real good friend of mine, and when I heard that he was playing Metal, I just wanted his opinion on a certain card he had in his deck which I didn't have at that time. It's the stadium card Skyfield.
Okay.
I was like, I played one Reverse Valley and one
Parallel City, maybe.
Yeah, Parallel City.
Yeah.
Just to annoy people and to have a counter stadium. And then he played Skyfield, and I asked him why, and that was because the turn 1 setup is really important. And you need a counter stadium, and that way Skyfield can be perfect to get a turn 1 huge card advantage in drawing a lot of cards by your Shaman. And because your opponent just have to put their stadium card in play, you can discard all your Shaman, so you're safe. Your Shaman won't be bait because your bench is full and your Shamans are gone.
Depends on the stadium card your opponent is playing, of course. But yeah, so that was the deck. That was the stadium choice Simone did, and you thought you adapted to it. You were like, yeah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah, it was. The only thing I was missing is the consistent turn 1-2 setup. I usually got it turn 2, sometimes turn 3, but turn 2 would be easier. But because of Skyfield, turn 1 was possible.
Okay, I see. So it was a huge boost in consistency there. I think that overall the Pokemon line is pretty self-explaining. 3 Shaman X for the setup boost and 1 Bronzong of Fates Collide. Did it help you that much during the tournament?
It makes Trevenant an auto win.
Yeah, if you manage to find it.
If you manage to find it, yeah. If you can dig deep enough in your first turn and you manage to start, then you're safe from complete Trevenant deck.
Yeah.
If they have the item lock before you even have a Bronzor, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah. What about the Bronzong Break? Because I really love that card. It can easily knock out a Shaman and get you like the last prize cards with 4 energies, or when you're playing against Night March, you can take like 3 prize cards in one turn. What do you think about the Break?
The Break is, I usually played it because of its HP. 90 HP is for a Greninja deck. If you can't hex them, they can use their ability to to knock out the Bronzong. So 130 is advantage. Indeed, its attack. It makes sure that the Night March matchup gets pretty easily because they have to put a lot of Pokemon in play, and if you just Metal Links a lot of energy beneath it and then just knock out a lot of Pokemon in one turn, they lose the advantage of having no EX Pokemon in play while you have a lot of them in play. It's just turning the EX disadvantage in your advantage.
Okay. So, having a look at the trainers, I think the craziest thing would be 2 AZ, 3 Max Elixir, and 1 Assault Vest. What do you say to these cards?
The Assault Vest, you can play like a lot of Fighting Fury Belt for 40 more HP, but the Assault Vest is an effect that prevents the damage. So if you make sure your opponent cannot knock you out with the Assault Vest, they cannot knock you out the turn afterward with a Startling Megaphone, because you have less damage. Instead of more HP, you have less damage. So if you get more turns late game in which they do damage with special energy Pokemon, and you actually manage to prevent more than 40 damage, you have a better effect. That's why the Assault Vest is good, and it makes sure that Night March probably won't donk you in the first turn.
Except if they get the Megaphone or Xerosic, of course.
Yes, of course. But Xerosic is their supporter, so they're probably not going to use that. And the Startling Megaphone, it is a possibility, but they probably only play one. So the chances are they don't have it.
Yeah, of course. So I think, just one last question to the deck list. 3 Max Elixir and 11 Energies. How many times did you actually hit an Energy under the 6 cards of the top of your deck?
Well, actually, I was really not having a lot of luck in that. In preliminaries, I only hit 3 Max Elixir in the complete preliminaries.
Okay.
Even in decks that were like 15 cards, in which there were 8 energy, I even whiffed it. So I was really unlucky sometimes with the Max Elixir. But the exact crucial moments they had to hit, I actually hit the energies. And in finals, I had a more 50-50 hit of them. I usually played all 3, but there were a few games which only had 1 or 2. Okay. But in the finals and the top 2, top 4, top 8, it was more 50-50. And they were really crucial to get the knockouts quickly.
So let's talk about the tournament then. As already mentioned, it was in the Netherlands. How many masters were there?
There were 200 total. There was 139 masters, so 8 rounds with the top 8.
Okay, whew, that's a lot. What was your score after Swiss rounds?
602.
602, crazy.
Went 6-0, and then I ID'd twice.
Yeah, sure, to make cut for sure.
Yeah.
So are there any honorable mentions you want to talk about during Swiss, or any special decks you faced, or was it like really easy for you to get 6-0 in a tournament?
Well, if I didn't whiff that many Max Elixir, I probably would have done it quite easy. But especially my second round, I had to play against Quad Flareon. Which is exactly an auto loss for this deck. And both games he only had 1 Flareon charged, and I end him to 2, and he had nothing left and no energies in play. So that was just really unlucky for my opponent. It was his first tournament, so that was even more harsh for him.
But now he's able to say that he lost to the champion. So
absolutely,
okay.
Absolutely. And the rest of the opponents, like Water Toolbox, is easy. Greninja, I just need to get a setup with the proper Bronzong, with the Hex Maniacs. There wasn't really there was not really a round where I was in immediate danger, except for the Flareon matchup.
Okay, so did you play against many Night Marches, or what was the deck you saw the most?
Only 1 Night March I encountered. I saw the most water toolboxes against me, but I played like every round a different deck, and there was no deck heavily present. Everything was a little bit divided. If there was a deck most played, then I would say water toolbox.
Okay, I see. So 602, you were first seed, I think,
No,
after
third seed.
third seed. Okay. So what was the top 8 like? How many different decks were there?
There were, I think, from my head, there were like 4 different decks. You have my Metal Links. There was a Night March. There were, I think, 3 water toolboxes. There was a Trevenant. There was with the Trevenant had a Mew, by the way.
Okay, I
The,
heard it for the free retreat, right?
that was one of the things, but he also had some basic Pokemon as text in his deck that he actually could use that way. It was brilliantly, and nobody expected it.
Okay, crazy.
There was a Dark Ray Giratina deck, and to be honest, I don't know what the other deck was. I think there was another Night March deck, but I'm not really sure about that.
Okay. So, what did you have to face in top 8?
The Dark Ray Giratina.
Okay, I think that's quite a favorable matchup for you, right?
Yeah, that was the only deck in top 8 I really didn't want to face at the beginning. Because it's a 50-50 matchup, and the one that gets the most energy synchronization in play is probably going to win the match.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, but he whiffed some max elixirs, it seems.
Oh, well, he hit them most of the time, but he was a lot slower than my deck. My deck was like turn 2 in play in 2 of the 3 games, and his deck was then still in preliminary state. And if I knocked out the Pokemon with the energy, the Giratina with Double Dragon or the Dark Ray with 2 Dark, he had no energies in play. So
Okay.
his damage output could not one-shot me, and I could one-shot him.
So you had the upper hand there.
Yeah.
Okay. So pretty, as you already mentioned, that was basically it. So top 4, what was that against?
Water Toolbox.
Oh, okay. But shouldn't be too hard for Metal either, right?
It's the easiest deck.
You just build up a Genesect and
You have one Genesect and you put a Fighting Fury Belt in turn 1 beneath it. And then it's either you knock out the Seismitoads in one shot with enough Metal Links, or you just go with the Lysander for the Mana Feast and the Shamans. And the Shaman, you don't discard any energy, and for the Mana Feast, you discard 1 energy and you knock out 3.
and that's it.
Yeah,
So
because they cannot continue their Quaking Punch. So Quaking Punch is not enough damage, so you 2-shot them.
yeah.
And if they do the other one, you can get your items in play, and then
Then you can get back as a Lysander therefore, so
yeah, and you get all float stones in play, whatever you want.
yeah. Okay, so finals.
The Water Toolbox again.
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 Okay, one thing we should not forget to mention is that you needed to reach the finals real badly because you wanted to be in top 22, right?
Well, I didn't want to be in top 22 at the beginning.
Why?
I thought 4-4 would be nice and hopefully make top cut. Because I always at National, I end up in top 8. Or if I need top 8 to do something big, then I just go bubble.
Okay.
We called it a top 8 curse for a few years already.
Now it's finally broken.
And the moment that I went 4-0, I was like, I'm going to try for top 8. I'm going to make it. And then it was 6-0. I made top cut. And then it was really, I with a lot of friends, we really were like, yep, we're going for finals, babes. Let's do this.
And then you ended up being there. Crazy.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Okay.
I actually cried when I won.
But we had the same situation in Germany as well with Kisso.
Yes.
He cried as well.
It went exactly the same with Crystal Valantis. It was like we won the finals and it complete all those tears of joy and stress, everything came out.
Oh, that's beautiful. So, I think that was quite a good comparison, quite a good summary of the tournament. Is there anything you would change of these 60 cards with the exact list you played?
Well, a whole year I have been playing different decks every single tournament.
Okay,
So,
not bad.
naturally, out of my own way of playing, I would say, of course, because you can't play a deck twice. But I think I would change a few minor things just to make a few matchups easier. Like the Giratina Toad I really want to try to make it a favorable matchup instead of 50-50. Maybe something with energy removal. That would be great. Like Enhanced Hammer. But truthfully, consistency is winning, and this deck is so extremely consistent. It's completely focused on consistency that if you change something, that might be in danger.
Okay, I see. So, anything else you want to mention, like about looking forward to Worlds or something like that?
Well, I do look forward to Worlds because you get to see everyone again. I also want to congratulate the staff of the Dutch Nationals, all the judges like Settine and Pascal and Patrick for doing such a great job in organizing Dutch Nationals. I've been present at several nationals, judging myself, but it actually felt like a whole tournament without anything out of the ordinary, like streaming. It gets somehow it just feels better, more like a tournament itself. It's focused on the game, and I really want to congratulate them with such a good tournament, and all my friends who were there second day with me, just making a great time with the side events and between the rounds. It was an awesome experience, and hope to see everybody at Worlds again.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much for the interview. We see each other at Worlds again.
Absolutely.
And thank you very much. See you. Have a great evening.
You too.